Hill Air Force Base is trying, part of it is trying to attract more people.
Okay, got it.
And that's it. Yeah, Ogden is very nice. But the big idea is they keep losing people, especially who are doing computer jobs. Because everyone goes to college and sitting in beanbag chairs, and people are going to bring them lattes and everything, and they ride skateboards in the building.
They do it at Pinterest. My friend Amanda works at Pinterest.
Yeah.
Dogs everywhere.
So that is what the Air Force is competing against. And that's what people expect. So that's why they're renting the space downtown. They're trying to make it cool and hip for the young kids. Go for it.
What color is that string?
No?
You got right there.
One of our bosses is UK.
Your dress?
He's on some weird exchange program.
What color your necklace? Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that.
Yep, color yellow.
We gotta sit here.
I know.
I thought it was the ones across the street from Walmart, but they're between 28th and 29th on that.
I know.
And they're like, this is suspicious.
What?
Duh.
I thought you were watching me wipe my face on my
Yeah.
Behind you.
Hey, not in here. Don't start.
Someone had to watch it.
Ooh.
They were like, I guess it would be useful. I've heard that story where it went something along those lines. That I would like that. I can't. Oh yeah, okay, I feel mildly bad actually. Yeah, I'm feeling less like that.
Well, that's what not.
More like
Hey, she
One
knows.
of the taller ones that have been there. One of the taller than me and you. She wore that one because you had the picture on.
Alle, reise opa! Og siden net kom sommer. I dager, stefne dager. Kom og spire der nu. Flokki, Vitskegger Lammerson. Draugar Konager. Bjorn Mater. Og Guinevere McKay. Kavikal Drottning. Moder Griffin. Regan Ricky Artemisian.
My lords and ladies, pray tend. As Baron and Baroness Owen and Malkin of Griffin's Lair approach.
Good job.
Your Majesties, Your Excellencies, good populace, here comes before you their Excellencies, Hogar and Bronwyn, Baron and Baroness of Lochsallen.
good assembled populace. From the barony of Bontel, this Baron Till, the Baroness Isabel.
That'll work.
May we join? Please.
Give you as much room as I can.
Herein opens the court of Floki, the undead king, Guinevere, the living queen of all Artemisia. You have their majesty's leave to make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you everyone for coming tonight. We know that we began things a bit earlier than is perhaps traditional, but I'm under a time constraint this evening, and so we do have some business that we needed to attend to this evening, and we couldn't delay. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and start.
Her majesties call before them His Grace, Duke Sean.
Greetings, Artemisia. As you all should know by now, a week ago, vicious disease that haunts us so frequently took another member of our populace. Baroness Dame Theodora Trebizond lost her battle to cancer a week ago. She was, as you all know, truly a jewel of our kingdom, one that cannot be replaced in any manner. Their Majesties have granted me an indulgence that I might honor her in their final court with some assistance. I have a song. This is a song that was written by Master Ivar Battle Skald, who's also famous for having written the song Born on the Listfield. This is a song that we sing when our knights are made in our kingdom. It's a song called Warrior's Weird. It is a lament. Picked up a sword when I was young, and I will die before I'm old. Raised as a warrior, fate was my father, death was my mother, bathed in blood. Follow the banner to the fray, and there we fought throughout the day. Eagles did circle there, and wolves' feast we prepared. Wounded though then, I did not die. I've heard the death screams as men go. I've seen the blood in rivers flow. I've heard the surgeon's song, and I do know ere long, one day too slow to dodge I'll be. Then I will look up to the sky and see the lightning flash on high. Dark clouds come rolling in, then I will know my end. Singing I'll go to meet my fate. When I am gone, no tears for me. Let there instead be revelry. Have skalds the sagas say, sing heroes' deeds that day. Fill all the horns and drain them down. All of my life I've hoped one thing, all of my deeds the skalds to sing. For when a warrior's gone, if you do sing their song, truly the warrior never dies. Tomorrow evening, their Excellencies Malcolm and Owen have graciously offered to host a memorial garden in honor of Dame Theodora. It'll be over at the fire pit over here. We ask that the populace at large, everyone come and share your stories of Dame Theodora. And in particular, we
we would like to hear about how she changed your life in the SCA, how she inspired you to do the deeds you do now. Over the last week, I have seen several of those stories, and it is wonderful and surprising at the same time to see the tremendous influence that she had on our kingdom in ways that she could not possibly have imagined. And we would like to celebrate that. We shall indeed have revelry. We shall indeed fill all the horns and drain them down. And I just say you're too kind.
Her Majesty and I would simply like to say at this time that we raise a cup for Her Excellency Baroness Mistress Thea. Hail the honored dead.
Hail the honored dead.
Her Majesty's call His Excellency Count Raven.
Gentle populace, we just heard a song, and Her Excellency is fresh on our minds. As some of you may know, we've started a collection to take care of the needs that come around this demise. Words are failing me, but we are also doing a drawing, raffle. That's what it's called. A chance drawing. So for $1 a piece, we'll sell tickets. There are over 60 items so far that have been added to the chance drawing, and so we ask you to take a look at what's there. We did this because not everybody has the ability to just donate money, but a lot of artisans also have a chance to put the things that they're able to make. And as you know, Thea was a great encourager of artistic endeavors. She was a bit of an enabler. So just be aware of it, and it's a lot of fun. What we're going to do is we're going to have the tickets available here at Coronation and at Harvest War, and then after Harvest War, we're going to do a live a live drawing on Facebook. Jermaine's going to help us do that because she's awesomely worked all the bugs there. All right.
Raven or myself for tickets. Alex and Megan will also have tickets. All of the stuff will be over in the far corner. We'll have a big flag with the cross on it. It'll be a 10 by 10.
It's over there. Just look over there. Okay. Thank you, Your Majesty. Just give one.
Just Raven and myself and Alex and Megan will take money.
Thank you.
Your Excellencies, you have announcements from the event stewards.
Pray heed the words of their Excellencies Owen and Malkin of Griffin's Lair. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Couple of things from our site steward. Fires are in designated fire pits or turn-offable.
Propane.
Using propane, you can turn it off. It's okay. We are sharing one mundane to be aware of that. They're on site. Park only in the parking lot. After 10 p.m. is quiet time on this site. Pets must be leashed, under control, and cleaned up after. And please tie up your trash bags and transport them to the dumpster. There are raccoons here. And if they get in your trash, you get to pick it up. We're pleased to have you here. We hope you have a great week. Thank you.
Their Majesties call before them Cecilia Bookbinder.
Going once. a shot in the dark. That's all right. Let's not do
Their Majesties call before them Alzbeta Jeraboka. That's actual crickets.
Please no, Your Majesty. Please no.
I say this proxy.
No.
You can trust me, Your Majesty.
No, that's wrong line too.
You missed your only chance. Only chance.
Their Majesties call before them Adelheid Schwartbrecker.
Might be a quick court.
Their Majesties call before them Alvin Keebler. So, for all of you watching at home, this is why you should come to court. Well, I haven't actually seen him. Their Majesties call before them His Lordship Snufferoo. What's this? Hey, relationship drain. Would you like to talk about bottles last time?
Yes. I don't have them with me. They're in the tent. I'm sorry. So, I do have bottles on site. I don't have a lot with me. I do have 2 cases if anyone's interested in buying cases of them. But, that being said, I have the Kingdom fundraiser bottles. They are $10 a piece. I will be walking around with them sometime tonight and a little tomorrow, with the exception of during the Sable Rose tourney. So I will hunt you guys down if you want bottles, or you don't want bottles.
Things are moving so quickly. A little bit of time. Your Excellency, you have business awards that you can say Baron Baroness instead of passing up the autocrat staff. Are you sure? Why don't you come up with a few?
There's other excellencies here. You can talk to them.
No, we'll get to them. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
We have plenty of time.
No, we're good. We're good.
Let me rephrase that.
Stall.
Pray heed the words of Owen and Malkin, Baron and Baroness of Griffin's Lair.
Always a pleasure to be asked to speak. Asked. Well, that's one way of putting it. Small and bold words.
I remember.
Yeah, we're glad we're here.
Next year for the for known world science.
Right.
That's true. For those of you who have not heard, Griffin's Lair has been selected to host known world sciences. It will be at this site. I promise the coordination will be better. We're learning a lot for the use of this site.
We're evidently going to have gunpowder manufacture, theoretically, on site. We also have a gentleman coming from out of kingdom who is, in his modern life, a physician. And he's going to talk about the Mary Rose and the findings of the surgeon's chamber. So we've got some really cool classes lined up. If you would like to teach a class at Known World Sciences, you can talk to Her Excellency Praxilla. She is the class coordinator for this. I'm running out of improv, dude.
When is it?
It is June 25th, 24th, 25th, and 26th. You'll be in Japan. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. Okay. What else? 12th night. If you're interested in coming out for 12th, I'm trying here. Griffin's Lair. We do have a site.
So we're just the peanut gallery over here.
Excuse me. I am talking to their excellencies, reminding them of the greatness that's happening up north in less than 5 months.
Sweet.
Would you like us to share with the populace?
That would be up to the Kingdom Herald.
Kingdom Herald.
Okay, all right. Done.
That can be done now? Great.
Very good.
You have cousins here.
Sweet, works for me.
I believe we said that
open
just
court.
We didn't open court, we just did.
Yes, this has just been words.
Okay.
I have a rebuttal.
Oh,
I have a
wait.
rebuttal. May I?
Her Ladyship Germaine has a rebuttal.
Yeah.
Of some
So
sort.
I have more. There's bottle openers on site now too. That are 5 apiece. We have more than 10 and less than 20. I'll let you know. I don't have pint glasses with me this one.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so I'll have pint glasses tomorrow as well. So, woo! Let's do this. Yes.
If the last couple of rains you didn't get your things, this weekend you have a chance to get your things still. Your Excellencies of Loxholland, do you have any words that you would like to say?
Pray heed the words of their excellencies, Hogar and Bronwyn, Baron and Baroness of Lochsollen. Woo!
Well, thank you for joining us in court, unlike some other people. What?
Mr. Grinch.
You're so
Thanks everybody for coming. This looks good. It's going to be a great day, except for maybe for His Majesty.
You don't know what Helheim's like. It might be great for him too.
Helheim could be fun. All the fun people are in Helheim. All the fun people are in Helheim, so it'll be fun.
I don't know about that. There's some pretty fun people in Valhalla, but they didn't get eaten by bears.
Anyway, thanks for coming, and it's going to be a great weekend.
Mediterranean feast for solstice.
Oh, okay. If we're going to do that, yeah. Solstice is
Yes, please do.
Second weekend of
December 14th.
Second Saturday.
Second
of
Saturday in December. Casimira's cooking.
Alright.
Okay, she's doing a Mediterranean feast.
Fantastical.
And 150 is your cap?
Yeah.
150 is the cap, so get your feast reservations in as soon as we say that we're taking them. Alright. Okay.
Your Excellency. Ronsel, you one of your champions in these things we do. And I think your other champion can give us. So it's just words.
Oh, okay, great.
Pray heed the words of Till and Isabel, Baron and Baroness of the Barony of Bronzell.
It was a very fine drive to get down here. 10 hours or so.
That's
8 hours of rain.
At least, yes. And we did want to say it's cold down south, and we're not sure what's up with that.
Yeah,
We're used to our toasty temperatures up north now, so it's a little backwards. We're plugging events, I guess. If you all want to come join us in October for Bad Garb Ball, we have got some amazing, terrible garb planned.
is our
Birthday.
our second anniversary. So. But we should have a good time. Some pig roast and like that.
Because everyone loves a birthday. Birthday, everyone! Woo! There's another thing too.
Oh yes.
Your Majesty's may I address your populace, please?
Please.
As you know, Jermaine has done an incredible job. She has brought bottles, like Artemisian's drinking problem, and bottle openers. Once again, that's incredible. But we need something more. Rumor has it that there's a good probability, really good probability, that there are some very old trading cards with pictures of certain peers that will be showing up tomorrow. They probably find their way into Jermaine's hands because I'm not the responsible one.
Surprise!
That's why you took me on as a provost. Got it.
My great provost.
Wonderful.
So you can't get enough Artemisian swag. Let's face it, in the known world, nothing's as cool as Artemisian swag because we have so much of it. Talk to Jermaine. She will hook you up.
Don't you guys have a fundraiser going on too?
We do. Oh, really? We're going to deal with that.
Oh, well, never mind.
You don't want to let people know what your fundraiser is ahead of time? You want to keep it a secret?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
That's true. Taking it would be great. You know, I can charge $2 a throw for that.
So I'd give more than that.
Who would pay $2 a throw to kick Connor?
I'd pay $3 for that.
Right up.
Wait. Why are you picking on Bronze Helm's champion?
You know, it's really sad that Bronze Helm has to come to us for their game.
You guys have such good people.
Maybe the new
No, I'd like to point out
some of the best.
I'd like to point out, Their Excellencies, that Bronze Helm issued a request saying that they only demand the best, and they got Conahar. Who did you end up with?
Cormac.
Oh.
Oh, probably not, but we're going to move on now. However, but still speaking of Artemisian swag, your ladyship Isgirth.
Woo!
She's hiding over there.
This is really exciting. She has great things.
Well, keeping in the theme of come to Coronation and spend all your money on Artemisian swag, we have this volume 2 of the Kingdom Fundraiser coloring books for youth department. I have several copies with me. They are $10 a piece. All the money goes to fund youth and youth combat in the Kingdom of Artemisia. So if you haven't got volume 2, come and see me. I also have copies of volume 1. And that's it.
Your Excellency, Robert. Griffins of Artemisia, defenders of the dream.
Your Majesties, in recognition of a long trip you're contemplating, we brought some cheer for you along the way. These amphora are filled with a fine brew done by the monks of the Hive Winery in Layton.
And Robert made the.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Long may you reign.
Someplace safe.
Isn't she?
You guys actually want to give an award to somebody?
What's her gait pattern? I'll take it.
Well, in that case, their majesties call before them Fraxilatorina.
Someone.
Escort.
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 Oh, there we go.
I forgot.
Make the naked man come up.
Yeah.
He's your naked man, Fraxila.
Woo! Thanks for sharing that.
I think you and I are kind of kindred spirits in a very similar way. We end up having conversations. I start a conversation, we'll be able to jump right in. There are not many people who should do that with me. So there is so much that you contribute to this kingdom and on a local level and in many ways on a society-wide level that I don't think you're even quite aware of. So we wanted to take a moment to just show our appreciation.
Unto all whom these presents come, do we, Floki and Guinevere, monarchs of these fair lands of Artemisia, send greetings. Having observed the honor and courtesy with which our subject Fraxilatorina conducts herself, and wishing to recognize such exemplary conduct, we do now name her a companion of the Gratia et Comitas. May she continue to conduct herself as befits a member of this order, done this 7th day of September, Anno Societatis 54, being the year 2019 Gregorian.
We had a lot of help with this, and it's really hard to have somebody on your retinue and you're trying to pull a fast one on. We actually had this made. This was actually woven silk. Thank you. Sorry, I can't read. And also, important part of reason for this is to go with it. This was picked out by.
The calligraphy and illumination on the scroll both by Dame Janet. For the newest companion of the Gratia et Comitas, Vivat! 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 Their Majesties call before them Count Yuri and Countess Samea.
So, you know, I've had some time to get to know your new man-at-arms. And he's... Sorry, he's dead. He's great, but, you know, there's something just missing. I think we need to have a conversation about it.
Could be here.
So maybe...
He's not here.
Yep. Their Majesties call before them for execution, or something, maybe, the man-at-arms of Count Yuri, Kamai Kojairu Yoshinaga. Yeah, I saw him sneak in.
Be prompt in your execution. Be prompt, please.
Shh, don't say execution.
There's something wrong here. The fact that you're well heeled.
Well, your service to the barony, your service to the kingdom.
Showing up to everything that's out and come on, you're listening.
He's your second best player.
I know.
What people are going along here?
I'm waiting.
He's just confused from the last couple of years.
On this day, we, Floki and Guinevere, monarchs of Artemisia, do recognize one who has shown himself to be a chivalrous and honorable warrior. We acknowledge the skill and effort of Kamai Kojairu Yoshinaga, and do therefore name him a member of the Order of the Golden Griffin's Talon. We charge him with the task of continued service as one who defends our lands on the fields of heavy combat. Done this 3rd day of August. So it's not your fault, but Anno Societatis 54 being the year 2019 Gregorian. Floki, Conager, Guinevere, Drottning. Calligraphy and illumination by Pairware.
Thank you for making this look.
Yeah.
For the newest companion of the Golden Griffin's Talon, Vivat!
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 Your Excellency, feel free to congratulate your men-at-arms and then kneel back down before the Majesties, please.
Oh, and I'm going to head over here. What? No, I think you do. No, but when she asks if I want to start, that means she wants to start. She really just kind of comes. Yeah.
I have been wanting this for a very long time. Your service. You are very hard.
Tumbu Insalan Tanyan, Tum Artemisia Nun, Hukum Dolan, Floke ve Guinevere Nin, Sumea ben Suleiman in, Bize ve Kralegezima, Uzon ve Ozovele, Hitsmetin, Tanik, Od Kularian, Bilioras, Ozveri, Vi Hizmete, Kabul, Etnese, Ve Onen, Asalat ve Teglene, Der Kesen, Bilges Sesin, Ona bir Arman Artilmilamase Verunze Elmeze ve Muhu Ruhu Muhu Zun Vermis Odugo 6 Elio Guno Dublin 54 Ilinde Mevgut Domede Tuna 19. Know all people by these presents that we, Floki and Guinevere, monarchs of all Artemisia, have witnessed the long and devoted service of Sumaya bint Suleiman to us and our kingdom. In recognition of her dedication and service, and through our certain knowledge of her nobility and worth, we bestow upon her an augmentation of arms. Given by our hand and seal this 6th day of September in the 54th year of the Society, being 2019 in the Common Reckoning. Calligraphy, illumination, translation into Turkish, and everything else by your apprentice.
No, you're the garlic farm. 4 more years.
For the newest recipient of an augmentation of arms and all of the service that Her Excellency has provided. Vivat!
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 Our herald's checking the stars.
Not down there. Not down there.
I didn't say he was good at it. I just said he was checking.
I can see him better up there.
Oops. Evidently not. No.
Their Majesties call before them Amanda Dispenser, Anne of Hindcliffe, William of Stonegate, Zalek Volkov. Yeah, they might be over Otto actually got his already. Sure, run really quick. You know what? It's already gonna work out. And Cortland Sterling Mayfair. See, the other two are.
So we have a special thing coming up as far as the fact that you came forward and helped with your crucial celebration of Eagle Crown for us to help us with this evil that's out of trouble. Hold on a second. Wait, I just got mine.
What's that? Well, sure.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It seemed, Her Grace and I seem to have worked out some sort of unspoken agreement where when she sits in this chair, I am her chancellor, and when I sit in this chair, she is mine. And we've now done it an equal almost number of times.
I believe we're done.
But the tasks that are given to a chancellor are, it's a daunting task. You are basically in charge of just about everything that the herald's not in charge, which is pretty much everything else that doesn't have to do with court reports. And it's a daunting
Damage
task.
control.
Damage control, yes. Damage prevention. So it is my pleasure to give you this small token of
Thank you very much, Majesty.
I also want to give the fact that going and serving on a retinue back to back, and then providing just so much help, helping us with the Queen's tea and everything, just helping us throughout the rain.
Many are the joys of a king and queen, but many too are the burdens of the crown. Our beloved have labored greatly to lighten those burdens for us, and therefore we, Floki and Guinevere, monarchs of the laurel lands of Artemisia, in gratitude for their support, bestow upon them the golden griffin's heart, done this, whatever today is, 7th day of September. Sixth day of September. On
No,
associate.
I'm not in charge of heraldry.
I'm not in charge of keeping track of what day it is. On associate is 54, being 2019 in the Common Era. Floki, Kerniger, Guinevere, Throtning.
Just trying to brush down with
yeah, and I was yeah. Yeah, scroll here. For the newest companions of the Griffin's Heart, Vivat! 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 Her Majesty calls before her Malkin Allardson, Germain Jambert Lawson, and Malatesta Simonetti. But she wants it.
Another thing that you could do, especially your last court, is you could say thank you to I have yeah, just the fact that you helped me, I needed not to be right at all, especially with what's going on with cancer service.
Know all that hear these words, that Malkin, Germain, and Malatesta have brought honor to our fair kingdom of Artemisia by being of great assistance and proving to be a wise and loyal friend to our beloved Queen Guinevere McKay. As thanks for their devotion and service, we name them each a member of the Queen's confidence, done this 6th day of September, Anno Societatis 54, being the year 2019 Gregorian. Guinevere Drotnik. And all of the scrolls are by Fairware. For the newest companions of the Queen's confidence, Vivat! 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 His Majesty calls before him his chauffeur, Math Halfdane called Fish, Fedor Borodinich, and Shannon Patrick Campbell.
Oh, it's like bookends.
Wow. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Fish. Fish is busy. We know where Fish is. His Excellency Matt the Fish is otherwise engaged at the moment, but I have most of you here. So, when you take on the mantle of the throne, it is critical that you receive feedback in the decisions that you would make. And you have to seek out those individuals who you trust. And by that I mean those individuals who will look at you straight in the eye and say, "No, Your Majesty, you are dead wrong. Please do not do that. That is the wrong thing to do." Because you can, when you wear this hat and sit in this chair, you can find many people who will agree with every word you say. That's a different problem. Finding those individuals who will look you dead in the eye and go, no, that's a difficult task. And that's the feedback that you need most when you sit thrones. I think I can keep talking long enough to get to it.
Good.
I've been around you a long time. I am certain of your abilities.
Don't go into those.
So, in this kingdom, for those individuals who give the crown excellent counsel and help us make the right decisions, not always the decisions that we'd like to make, but the decisions that we feel we are inclined to make. He's like, I don't really have to go, do I?
I don't know, the king, the herald.
Why have you called from hell's cold embrace?
I just want to get a temperature gauge there. We have a way of recognizing those individuals that give recognition to the crown.
Be it known by these letters that Fish, Fedor, Shannon, Connor have honored our realm by their trust, advice, and personal service. Thus we, Floki, Draugr King of all Artemisia, do make them members of the Order of the King's Council. Let it be proclaimed that this person is good and noble and worthy of the notice of all who seek an example of chivalry and courtesy.
That's the text, man. That's the text.
Proclaimed by our heralds and witnessed by our hand this 6th day of September, Anno Societatis 4, being the year 2019 in the Common Era, at Coronation in our barony of Griffin's Lair. That one's Fish's. That one's Fedor's. That one's mine. Yours isn't done
Yours
yet.
is not done yet. I'm going to go through my box of goodies and find goodies.
Do you want to pose with Connors?
Do you want to see mine?
You can pose it.
That's mine.
It's in rules.
Nobody's gonna
And calligraphy and illumination by Bronwyn Morgan.
Thank you, gentlemen. The counsel that you gave me has helped this reign go by perhaps not more smoothly, but certainly more wisely. And I thank you all.
For the newest members of the King's Council, Vivat!
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 It's the purple. He started off like
Oh, those sillies.
Their Majesties call at this time any for whom this is their first event, or even first event with a royal court.
if you'd like to pretend this is your first event, I'll play along.
Hi, Bernie.
We do have cool stuff.
What cool stuff?
Those are cool stuff.
See, now that's the smart game right there. See, what do you got up front? You're thinking like a Dane now.
Rat out your friends.
Bring out your
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids can go too.
Come all the way up. It's all right. It's all right.
They hardly bite.
And they smell way better this time than last event.
You smell a bit. Well,
But there's no flies to prove it.
No, there's still flies.
Not as many's.
Not as many.
Well,
as
we
last
did stuff them with incense.
There will never be a trip last time.
the tradition in this kingdom is to call forward those individuals who are attending their first event, because hopefully you'll have a good time and you'll return, and return again and again and again, and then as soon as you know it, it's 30 years gone by and you're sitting in your chairs, and you will be calling up newcomers perhaps to give them tokens. The newcomers are the lifeblood of the society. It is with the people who come out for their first game and participate that the game grows a little bit every time and continues on. And this wonderful game of ours has continued on for 54 years. That's a long time actually for something like this. And it has grown all over the world. And so your being here tonight helps promote that just a little bit more. And so we just have some small tokens to give you so that perhaps 20 years from now when you come to your millionth event, you will be able to look at this and remember, this was given to me at my very first event, and you'll have a fond memory. These are glass beads, which for my people and Her Majesty's people were as good as money, highly valued. And so we just have a few of these to give out to each of you.
Yeah. So you are, Your Excellency.
And so hopefully you'll look at these tokens, you'll remember that you attended your first event, you'll have a fond memory, and you will return, and we'll see you again. And that is our deepest hope, that we will see you. Thank you for coming.
4. For these newcomers, the lifeblood that truly keeps our society growing. Vivat!
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 Showing up makes a nice cool breeze. So I don't know if anybody's going to stop on Your Majesty here. The strength and stability of the kingdom lie in these virtues of its people: prowess, creativity, and service. For if any of these are lacking, the kingdom fails. The servants of the crown, supported by their efforts and with their dedication, preserve the kingdom from extinction. Let the members of the Orders of the Pelican attend upon their majesties. Oh.
Malatesta forward.
Let Her Excellency Malatesta Simonetti be brought before their majesties.
Unto your majesty's accord, I really must confess. Hereunto the lords and ladies, with those you account on this. I am honored to introduce to you a lady of great impression. Like the azure of a comet on her signal, I'm swiftly on this mission. You see, this is a lady pure and sweet, is a patron of the arts. Her service done upon the list field have won our fighters' hearts. Her service, though, is what I am here among you to profess. A pillar of the kingdom, a sun in splendor, the Baroness Malatesta.
Your Excellency, we, a short time ago, placed you upon vigil to take counsel so that at this time you would have the wisdom to answer a question we would put before you today. And that question is, will you accept admittance into the Order of the Pelican?
Is there a member of the populace that will speak on Her Excellency's behalf?
Your Majesties, Your Excellencies, travelers, dreamers, and gentle nobles. I am Baronosa Praxilatarna. I have nothing more to recommend me than I love this lady, Malatesta Simonetti, fiercely. Aristotle defines friendship as a virtue. It is made by wishing good things to others and having them reciprocate by wishing good things for you. Malatesta is the best person to have for a friend, as she passionately wants good things for others. Et bonum in omnia. This is the motto she professes and the one she lives by. There is good in everyone. She truly means it and tries hard to find that good and reveal it to others by supporting people in their endeavors. She has largesse of both heart and hands at her core. Malatesta cooks feasts, makes gifts, paints scrolls, organizes retinue, and fixes people. She serves with her entire being because it is who she is. Her device is Or, a comet bendwise azure headed vert. Her symbol is a jeweled shooting star in a bright sky. The richness of emerald and lazuli set in gold. Comets were often thought to portend disaster. So too does her name. Latin for bad head, point to the wrong direction. With its entertaining irony, I think it only highlights her personal alchemy. Her shooting star is made for making wishes on, and her stubborn head makes them a reality. She is an evil genius for good. Malatesta thinks and plans ahead. She's ready for large emergencies, but she usually stops them before they happen with small actions. Allergy drafts or headache remedies, cold water and soothing foot baths, spiced drinks and cool cloths, small comforts that make everyone's path smoother. Bedrock, an anchor point, a compassionate soul. I would say these were her hallmarks, but she herself is the hallmark. It is her touch that assures you that something holds a standard of purity. I need to take a moment here and reassure my friend, who always reassures me. You are worthy. You are much. You've always been an example of peer-like virtues to me. You're supportive and strong, fierce and protective, a problem solver with an eye for finding the forgotten detail and the forgotten soul in need of help. You speak to others' hearts, and they hear you.
I'm so grateful that your majesties have taken this opportunity to recognize Malatesta's sterling qualities on this, the feast day of St. Eleutherius the Abbot, known for his wonderful simplicity. I, Praxilla Terina, representing the populace of Artemisia, support Malatesta Simonetti's elevation to the Order of the Pelican.
Is there a member of the Order of Defense that will speak for this lady?
Your Majesty, permission to address your populace. Great Kingdom of Artemisia, I, Timur, 4th Master of Defense of the Order of Defense for Artemisia, would have words of this lady's great endeavors. This woman is the epitome of a certain trait that I will never hold, and that is humility. She walks quietly, softly, and when she speaks, as soft as it is the thunderous noise of sound knowledge. Someone who's not only looking out for your best interest, but the kingdom's best interest, and trying everything she can to make sure that what's done is done in what's best for the kingdom and crown. The way she comports herself is something I hold with envy, because she does it in such a careful, cautious, and yet easy way, because that is who she is. She does it with a smile. She serves the crown and kingdom. She loves this organization, and it shows so in the company she keeps, the way she comports herself. Your Majesties, as a member of the Order of Defense, I do say that this person is definitely worthy of the Order of the Pelican. Thank you.
Is there a member of the Order of the Laurel that would speak for Malatesta?
Yes, Your Majesty. I am Her Grace Claire de Lacy, a member of the Order of the Laurel, and I have the great honor this day to come and speak on behalf of Malatesta, my friend, and someone whom I have looked up to for many years, even though she is a short. I would share with you a time that she has brought deep pride to me. Many years ago, the society welcomed a new kingdom into our great game, the Kingdom of Abacal. The call went out for largesse, and as you know, Your Majesties, and Your Excellencies, and populace all, when it comes to largesse, our kingdom does not falter. There was so much largesse. As the kings and queens of the neighboring kingdoms got up to give their gifts, our king and queen waited their turn because we had a line of people to bring those gifts. Within those gifts, there was one special one, and it was a commissioned piece that was important to the Kingdom of Abacal. In Abacal, what they like to do is to have a glass, to toast a peerage, to toast a king and queen. And I was hoping, the king and queen at the time were hoping to be able to give gifts of goblets, of vessels, of something. And at the last minute, there wasn't one available. And then Malatesta came to me, and she said, I made these for you. It was a pitcher and goblets with the arms of Abacal on them. Last minute. I didn't ask her to. She just did. And so, as the line of Artemisians holding baskets were in the back, and as they came forward in front of the known world, in front of the kings and the queens, in front of the newest kingdom, she carried the last basket. She did. And I was so proud to see her bring that basket, to bring her gifts. And years later, the then Duchess of Abacal came to me and said, oh, Claire, I remember all of these beautiful gifts that came forward. But there was one I had to keep for myself. And I said, well, of course, Your Grace, it is your prerogative to keep that. She goes, those goblets, I had to keep one. And she whispered this as if it was a conspiracy that she had to keep one. And I said, I know, those goblets were very important. And she goes, I have it, and it is special and sacred to me. And it was my pride to know that this good lady went out of her way to make that happen. I have met many artisans, beginning artisans, accomplished artisans, who look to this laurel or that laurel, this mistress, and say, oh, I wish I could do art like this mistress, or I wish I could do art like this master. And your majesties, I stand before you right here now and say, I aspire to do service like this mistress.
Is there a Lady of the Rose that wishes to speak for Her Excellency?
I'm already crying. Your Majesties, Your Excellencies, and all of my family standing before us today. I need to share with you the heart that is this woman. I already warned you to bring in tissue because I was going to make you cry. Thank you. The Lady of the Rose, for those who are new to this game, is a consort who has the privilege of sharing the throne with their best friend. And we get a very, very short amount of time to try and create a huge dream for thousands of people. That's our one and only job when we stand up here, is to create a dream for everyone else here. And there are those few, like Malatesta, who we are blessed when we have this task, that make us feel that dream. Those few people that make us feel like we are queen. There is never an easier task than standing with a royal and shining. But there is never a more difficult task than being able to reach in your bag and pull out that thing that you need. You didn't even know that you needed it. You didn't even know that that child was going to run up to you and offer to do some service, and you wanted to give them a little token, when all of a sudden that token just appears at your side. So that that child can get something from the queen. And with no regard to her own accolades, she did not request any renown whatsoever. She does this not just for me, but for every queen, for every baroness, and for every lady and lord I have ever seen her interact with. She makes you feel like you are noble because of her heart. Every one of us is noble today. She sat on my floor and made pretty beads with me. That's all she did. She drove an hour to come to my house to make silly beads because I had a dream of wearing beads on my face. Perhaps you did too. I won't lose that day because both of you shared a really magical day with me, as silly as it was playing with you. So I love knowing that I can stand up here with you as a sister and share this path with you. Because this is not going to stop, and we're still going to make stupid bead necklaces. Your Majesty, if you don't make her a pelican today, I will take egregious affront to this.
Sir Roger, on behalf of the chivalry, would you like to follow Her Grace's speech?
Hey, I had to follow cracks.
I'm not saying it's getting any better going down here.
Majesties, with your permission, thank you so very much. I am Sir Roger de Palermo, and I remember well the day I met Malatesta. Which time do you ask? Yes, of course. I said, hello, my name is Sir Roger. And she shook her head and said, we've met 3 times. 3 times she'd been introduced to me.
3 years worth of time.
3 years worth of times. Indeed. And yet, I stand here before all of you to speak on her behalf. Such is her forgiving and kind nature. I don't know why. I am super happy that she asked. So, I gotta tell another story. Since I'm speaking on behalf of the chivalry, It was an uprising, and we were walking together with a group of people. And guess what I was doing? Run in my mouth. Run in my mouth.
No!
Yes, run in my mouth. She warned me. I said something she didn't like. I'm too dumb to be afraid, says I in my head. Keep running my mouth. Whatever it was, I don't even recall. I kept poking it, completely oblivious. Next thing I know, this woman had snuck around behind the group, come up behind me, BAM! Right in the kidneys. Pretty much dropped me. I believe I did have to take a knee. I deserved that too. Yes, I did. So on behalf of the Order of the Chivalry, I will say that this kind, sweet, caring, wonderful woman also is fierce and has the heart of a warrior. And I can do no better than to endorse her wholeheartedly. Thank you very much.
Are there royal peers to speak on her behalf?
Majesties, with your permission. I'm Duke Damon, and I am here speaking also for Duchess Veronique. This wonderful lady, when we first truly met her, as opposed to Roger who's trying to steal my shtick, was at our coronation, when she had already blindly agreed to be our royal scribe, and had no idea what she was signing herself up for. On that morning, I was looking to meet this wonderful woman, and I am back in the hallway. I'm looking left, and I'm looking right, and I just can't find her. Nowhere for me to be seen. And suddenly, Mistress Fiametta starts snapping her finger and looking at me. Oh, hey, what? What? She's like, oh, hi! She was literally right in front of me. Literally looking right over her head. Ever since that day, we have been blessed to have her in that reign and in our lives. She, as I already so eloquently stated, is there for the royals and for everybody. She is noble, she is a peer, and we fully support her. Thank you, Your Majesties.
And is there a member of this right noble order of the Pelican to speak on her behalf?
I would speak, Your Majesties, with your permission. My name is Dame Baroness Marad de Beaufoy. I have been participating in this game for 20 some odd, not going to say how many years. Really, and at this point, it's like ditto. I've been thinking about this for weeks, and I was hoping I wouldn't do this, and now it's going to happen. Yeah, I probably should have. I've known Malatesta since she started. I've admired her from afar. I know many of you wouldn't believe this, but I'm actually a very shy and retiring person. I have a hard time talking to people I don't know. Thank you. And so she and I took a couple of years before we actually had a real conversation. But even in those couple of years, I saw her sliding right into these open spots when things needed to be done. And she didn't do it for large groups, and she didn't tell people she was doing it. She was just there. She was there. And after a couple of years, she started to kind of focus where her efforts went. And her effort, and her time, and her talent, and her sympathy, and her largesse, and her money all went into the same goal, and that was to relieve the burden of the crown. That's what she does. You know she's there. You know she can be counted on. You know she's going to show up. You know she's going to set up. You know she's going to tear down. You know she's there to support you. And she doesn't talk about it. And she doesn't jump around and tell people woo, woo, woo. There has been discussion about what is actually service in the society. And a lot of times service is demonstrated through holding an office and running classes and running events. And that kind of service where people get to know your name and people get to see you because you're out in front of everybody. That's not the service she does. It never has been. She's in the back. She's hiding from everyone else. She doesn't want people to recognize her. But she is so worthy of recognition. She is so much a Pelican, and in my personal opinion, has been one for years. This is prowess. This is where she goes into other kingdoms and makes us all look good. This is where she makes you look good because you're prepared and you can stand up in front of people and have everything ready to go most of the time. Because, you know, snafus happen. But I'm in awe. She asked me to speak for her for this, and I was honored and taken aback, and I'm trying to figure out how I got into such an august body of people that are talking. However, elevator.
Is there a medallion?
Your Majesties, I have a medallion for this woman. It carries no lineage or history, but it is made by my own hand. With all of the love that I have for her, that she can imbue it with her own religion.
First, I want to show this.
Majesty, with people at home.
Pass these around.
They say griffins are fierce in their fighting, and armies are made up of banners and swords. Yet deep in the night with no comfort, their true courage is done without words. A griffin's heart is the songs of the faithful who play with joy and laughter.
Excellency, upon this sword and these medallions, we will accept your oath.
Here do I swear.
Here do I swear.
By mouth and by hand.
By mouth and by hand.
Fealty and service.
Fealty and service.
To the crown and kingdom.
To the crown and kingdom. Of Artemisian.
To uphold the laws.
To uphold the laws.
Customs.
Customs.
Of society and kingdom.
Of society and kingdom.
To speak.
To speak.
And to be silent.
And to be silent.
To come. And to go.
And to go.
To strike.
To strike.
And to spare.
And to spare.
To do.
To do.
And to let be.
To let be.
In such matters.
In such matters.
Concerns the kingdom.
As concerns the kingdom.
On my honor.
On my honor.
And lawful command. The crown. In need. Or in plenty.
Or in plenty.
In peace.
In peace.
Or in war.
Or in war.
In living.
In living.
Or in dying.
Or in dying.
From this hour.
From this hour.
Henceforth.
Henceforth.
Perpetuity.
In perpetuity.
Death take me.
Death take me.
The world.
To the world.
So say I.
So say I.
And we, Floki,
And Guinevere.
hear this oath and return it in kind. You have our protection and our support. We will grant you all that you may need to fulfill this oath in this office. And we thank you for it. Malatesta, this time we dub thee once for honor. We dub thee twice for sacrifice. We dub thee Pelican of the Society of Creative Anachronism in the Kingdom of Artemisian. Please rise.
Proclaim unto all Artemisia that we, Floki and Guinevere, monarchs of these laurel lands, are well pleased with the outstanding service given unto us and our realm by Malatesta Simonetti. In recognition of these selfless works, we are minded to elevate her to the Order of the Pelican, bestowing upon her these arms by letters patent to wit, or in bend a comet of 7 points in arched vert, bearded azure, done in accordance with our decree on this 6th day of September in the 54th year of the society, known by common reckoning as the year 2019 Gregorian. Floki, Kuniger, Guinevere, Drottning. The calligraphy and illumination on the scroll are both by Ramut. My lords and my ladies, presenting Magnifica Malatesta, newest member of the Order of the Pelican of the Society. Vivat!
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 Please tell me that wasn't me. Oh, you're beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, shoot, there's a camera there.
No, I didn't. I did not. I warned you before I walked in. Oh. Do you want to give her the chair?
That's good.
Yeah, fine.
I've noticed a preponderance of flies as well.
I just can't, bad
Ota, Siga, An, Komlu, Hail Komisk!
Loki Whitebeard! The time has come for you to leave this realm once again. For to stay, you would become a blight in this land of Artemisia, and instead you must go with me.
Queen of the Dead, Lady of the Grave, it is good to see you again. Artemisia, my time has come. Her Majesty made a very severe bargain to bring me back from the land of the dead. And now that bargain must be fulfilled. So at this time, I must leave you. But no! No. At this time, we have secured heirs. And we know that the kingdom will prosper and continue. And I must leave, or haunt these hills and blight the world, and I will not do that to this fair kingdom. Your Majesty.
Thank you so much for all the service and coming from the dead to be among us again, lending your axe and your shield and your sword among the battlefield. You fought well and you served well. I thank you.
My honor. Queen of the Dead, there is one last part of this contract that must be fulfilled.
This debt must be paid.
That is Her Majesty must send a piece of her earthly body to return with me to the land of the dead.
As from the beginning, I have been well, know that I'm going to have to give just at least a small piece, but knowing that you're going to be in hell along with our wonderful fighters, I wish that I could go with you. But I have to stay and make sure the heirs are well attended and thrones.
Queen of Hell, our contract is fulfilled and I will return.
People of Artemisia, we have a task ahead of us. We must get ready for heirs. The heirs will arrive by boat tomorrow at sunrise. I bid you, please welcome them. Please be there. Show them how wonderful the lands are still. Make sure that they know the story of our great fallen that have passed this summer.
Your Majesty, could you take your leave once again? Having Your Majesty, King is, well, he's been dead this entire time, but gone again. You have heirs. They need only last until the morning. So there are some that service you no longer need. Her Majesty calls His Grace Conrad, King's Champion. His Lordship Rook, Queen's Champion. Master Drayden, defender of the Sable Rose.
Great warriors, thank you for all your service that you've provided both His Majesty and I.
Your Majesty, regrettably, His Grace Conrad could not be here. Her Grace Coronation was kind enough to bring regalia of the office of King's Champion. But I must say, I fear that had a suitable champion for His Majesty been here to do combat with the Queen of the Dead, perhaps your reign could last in perpetuity, as we should all expect.
Perhaps. Hell is a mighty foe.
Is a mighty foe, and so is His Grace Conrad.
At this time, as outgoing champions, each His Grace Conrad, who looks amazingly like His Grace Sean at the moment, Master Drayden and His Lordship Rook are all also granted the quod libet for being champions. Gentlemen, at this time, you are all released from your service. There are heirs. In the morning, Her Majesty will see to it that they take over the kingdom, rule it properly. They will also need new champions, and tournaments will be fought to determine those who will serve the new royals. For the outgoing champions, Vivat! 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 But for now, one quick announcement. If you have regalia that needs to be turned in, find Her Grace Tiana to turn it in. If Her Grace Tiana finds you to hunt it down, you might wish that you had gone with His Majesty to Helheim.
That can still be arranged.
But for now, until tomorrow morning, herein closes the court of Their Majesties Floki and Guinevere. Long... Well, too late on that one. Long live the Queen!
Long live the Queen!
Long live the heirs!
Long live the heirs!
Long live these lands of Artemisia! Vivat!
Vivat!